Yo, what's cracking? This is Daniel Walton, and this is the show for those who don't believe in limitations. So if you're ready to be better than you were yesterday and hit new levels mentally, physically, financially, or spiritually, it's time to go higher. You said you're quite the gelato connoisseur, huh?
Oh yeah. You did message me about that. Yeah. Gelato Paradiso. That's it right there.
Yeah. What did you go to all the good spots in Italy?
Did I tell you this about how I didn't find anything that was similar in Italy?
Yeah, you said you were like.
Or did I say that on the
yeah?
thing?
No. Well, I think we were texting about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't find anything better in Italy than Gelato Paradiso.
That's crazy.
Like
but it's good. I went since. Like, I'm a dessert connoisseur.
Yeah.
I love dessert, especially like gelato, ice cream, sorbets, anything like that.
Did you have the waffle?
Oh yeah. They're like make them fresh. Well, there's a lot of people that make them fresh daily. They make them to order though, right?
No,
like
they do.
There's a difference.
They do. They're making them as you walk in there.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
I'm on a calorie deficit right now, so you're kind of torturing me.
Oh, really? That's all right.
All good.
Me and my girlfriend will make up for it for you. We'll go eat it later tonight.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I went there. I was like, dang, this place is so good. Because I've been going to Salt and Straw a lot, which is good. Salt and Straw and then Handles. But now that's really good. There's this other spot actually in Newport. It's this like Indian spot, Kulfi Me. Have you been there?
No.
It's like this. Apparently, it's dessert for like royalty for kings. It's this ice cream that's made. It takes them 18 hours to make it. I don't know how, but it's like the most like desired part of the milk, and I'm not even entirely sure. But try it next time. It's incredible. Like,
what's it called?
Kulfi Me is the name of
K.
Yeah, Kulfi Me. It's on the peninsula.
Okay.
But yeah, it's this. I don't even know how to describe it. It's got like rose petals, but it's an incredible dessert. Faluda, I think is what it's called, the type of dish. Kulfi Faluda. If you look it up, you can find it. But yeah, I like dessert. That's why I think I work out so I can
balance it out.
Yeah. So tell me about the Landverse program that you run. You help people make 6 and 7 figures from
land flipping. So I actually started land flipping myself a few years ago, and I've since had a lot of success and currently run my own land flipping business. We do around 7 figures a year. Last year we did very well. Year before we did very well, and I also fund people's deals. I had people just asking me to coach them because I was always posting deals. I got to do deals, and I'll post my deal and I'm making $100,000 on a deal, $60,000 on a deal, $200,000 on a deal. And people just started like wanting to know how I do it. And it's very like land flipping and land wholesaling is notorious for like smaller profit spreads.
Okay.
So like usually you're talking about like $10,000 or $15,000 is like average of what people are getting paid. But for me, I've made most of my money from larger deals.
Okay.
So, deals where I'm making, like I said, $100,000, $200,000, $300,000. So people started reaching out to me for coaching actually in late 2023, but I was like, nah, I don't want to do that. I didn't want to. And then I had people keep like continuing to ask me. And then at the same time, I was posting on TikTok just to not to like build a personal brand or anything like that, but literally just to practice my public speaking and just to like talk to the camera and get comfortable with that. I didn't know that I did it intentionally. And then, I had some TikToks blow up, and then I was like, okay, let me go back to Instagram. And then I had a lot of reels blow up, and went through a period of time where like I really blew up on Instagram, and I started YouTube and everything like that. And so, yeah, the coaching business and consulting business happened naturally.
Yeah.
And I tend to have people like, constantly asking me to help them with the business. So, yeah, I just built a business out of it.
And how did you get into it?
Into land flipping?
Yeah.
Well, I started out wholesaling real estate in 2020. So this was after COVID happened. So after I had a break because I was running track at Long Beach State at the time.
Okay.
And so what happened was I sat down. I was like, okay, got to do something. I started reading. I started doing a lot of research. And then I came across wholesaling real estate where you can kind of sign contracts. And I saw guys were making $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. And I was like, wow, that's a lot of money at the time. Right.
Yeah.
And so I just started doing it, started committing to it. And
those like smaller deals, like what kind of land are they flipping?
Oh, and these weren't this wasn't land.
Oh,
These were
these.
houses at the
Oh,
time.
house. Okay,
At
okay,
this time, it was wholesaling houses. So I
okay, okay.
watched like,
I
you
actually have a
know,
wholesaling client.
really?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. So it was wholesaling houses. So it was like, 15, 20K a piece. I did my first deal, I made 20 grand in November. I remember this. And then the next month, December, I made another 20 grand.
yeah.
And yeah, I at that
And how'd you
time,
get those deals? Were you guys running paid ads or what?
no. So texting, cold calling. I also did a lot of cold calling of like just like Zillow because I didn't
Mhm,
have a lot of money at that time.
mhm.
So I would try to do like batch leads. I would do that. I would cold call some lists, and then I'll also, but those two deals actually came from Zillow. Me
Mhm.
just sitting there and like calling people.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, which is, I mean, if you sit there and do it, you're gonna make money.
Uh-huh.
And I started just, building up a buyers list. As time went on, I built up a long buyers list, a big one of like private equity guys and people that were buying a certain buy box of houses.
Mhm.
And then I would, whenever someone would have a deal, I would just take the deal and give it to the buyers.
Right.
There were some times, like a few times in a row, where I got cut out of deals. And so instead of people coming to me for the buyers, they kind of
Yeah.
already knew my buyer. And so, like, if we had an agreement, they will go around our agreement and then go to the buyer.
Dang.
And
So
so
it
I
cut you
started,
out?
yeah. So I started losing money. I was like, okay, well, I don't have any control over this. And I just kind of got a bad taste in my mouth, and I was like, how do I get more control over this? And then I remember I asked that question, and in the same week, I was in Mexico at this time. In the same week, I see this thing about land flipping, and the title was like how we made, multiple six figures profit in a month flipping
Uh-huh.
land or something like that. And I was like,
Yeah.
what? And I clicked on it, and my eyes brightened up, dilated, and it's 5 years later. So
That's
yeah,
crazy. Do you believe in do you believe in God or fate?
absolutely, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it's
very faith based.
same, same. When you ask for things, whether it's God, the universe, whatever you call it, it's
Yeah,
like it lines up.
no, absolutely, every single time. So without fail.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm big into faith. So 5 years land flipping, started with wholesaling, and did you ever like look back at wholesaling and be like, I'm missing out? Or
No, because I started making a lot of money with land,
yeah,
and
because
it
a lot of
was
people do wholesaling. They make a
yeah,
lot.
a
Like
lot
I
of
know
people
that's a pretty
do.
big
Yeah,
money making market.
the thing is, the same systems that work in wholesaling, um, the the product of land is just a lot better.
Mm.
It is. So, I mean, the average
Why is
deal,
that?
just average deal size is a lot bigger, and people are not doing it
Like
either.
in like profitability or just the sheer volume that you can
Profitability,
do?
volume, all of it. I'm trying to find an analogy for you that would be like, it actually was on the tip of my tongue, but I forgot it. But there's what's an analogy for this? Let's say that I have the same distribution line
Mhm.
for a product, right? So the same company, the same CEOs, the same conveyor belt, everything. Let's say for a physical product.
Mhm.
Do I want to sell, I don't know, do I want to sell Coca Cola or, I don't know, just give me a less popular drink or like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
Coca
yeah.
Cola or like, or,
Fanta,
or yeah,
AW.
or just like cola,
Yeah,
or
yeah,
soda, you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
I
yeah,
want
yeah,
to
yeah.
sell. So for me, what I'm trying to say is that the product is just much better.
Right, right, right.
And not to say that, you can't, because there are guys that make millions of dollars a year from houses,
Mhm.
but with land, there's not a lot of people doing it. There's
Yeah,
not a lot of people that understand it. And so it's just a niche that like now people are starting to, catch on with, there's a lot of content out there about it now.
yeah.
Definitely in the last couple of years. And um, but still, people don't know how to run a business out of it either. So that's the other thing. So
Right. Yeah, it takes a little bit of a business acumen. So, what kind of licensing or credentials do people need to get into this?
yeah, no licensing at all. You just need the education.
Okay.
So I always recommend for people to have capital and education. If you're going to get into this and make multiple six figures profit per year, you need to have at least, ten to $15,000 to start.
Liquid.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
And that kind of investment, how long does it take them to see a return on investment from that?
I mean, it could take, I've seen as long as 6 months, right? But
Hmm.
you compare that to a 4-year university. I mean,
Oh yeah.
you may not, you know what I mean? You're not seeing
School is
that
the
for
worst.
6 years.
I wouldn't even call school an investment
Yeah,
anymore. Like unless you want to be a doctor, attorney,
right.
Yeah, doctor, attorney, or engineer. I would say school is the opposite of an investment.
Agreed.
It's a debt. It's the biggest
It's a
scam
debt
ever.
trap
Yeah,
for
debt
sure.
trap, time trap.
For sure.
Time is the most valuable resource in the world. You commit 4 years to going into debt to then start at the bottom. Why not just start at the bottom without all the debt and the time?
Exactly. I mean, I've had guys that have come into my program, no college experience, barely graduate high school,
Yeah.
and make six figures.
Wow.
So that you just need to understand the product and work hard and commit to it. And,
Right.
you know,
So what if somebody doesn't have
Yeah.
like the 10 to 15 grand? I know like arbitrage deals are possible in some other like Airbnb. Is there any arbitraging
I would
that's
recommend
possible?
that people not try to get into any business.
Get your paper right.
Yeah, like get your money right first.
Yeah.
Like whatever you have to do. Like, and I think there's opportunities. So if you
Mm.
have to start small and flip Instagram accounts or
Yeah,
something,
whatever you got to do.
do that. Or if you have
Yeah.
to be a clipper, there's so many ways to make money
You
now.
want to know how I got my first 10 grand to make my
Oh,
investment? I was flipping Vax cards.
really? Like COVID Vax cards?
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. I'm going to get shut down forever from this. No. Yeah, it was like I had a plug and I'm like, all right. Like I was pivoting out of the cannabis game too.
Mhm.
So somebody's like, hey, like, do you know anybody that needs these? I'm like, yeah, I want one.
Right.
I was like, where are you getting these from? And
So is that where you started in cannabis? Or
yeah, so my first business was a cannabis business. You know, I was actually still going to school. I never wanted to do school. I hated school, but I knew I just needed a degree. So I was going for engineering. I wanted to become an engineer so that I could do medical device sales because that was the highest paying sales job and like highest paying job, like aside from being a doctor,
Yeah.
you know, a surgeon, something like that. I'm like, okay, I can go to a 4-year and I can immediately get a medical device sales job. Those pay like 250 to like 500K. I'm like, that was my plan.
Gotcha.
Mostly just to satisfy my parents. And then, you know, one of the doctors that I worked with at the time when I was in school had a part-time job and he was like, saw a book. I was reading a book on like how to grow plants. And he's like, what are you growing, like indica or sativa? I'm like, kale and spinach. You know, I had like a hobby project at my place. And he's like, well, if you ever switch it to cannabis, it's legal now and I'll invest. I was like, all right, how much? And so he partnered up with me, my buddy, and we converted my hydroponic grow that I was growing like kale and spinach to weed and flipped it, made money. We're like, all right, let's do this bigger, and moved out to Adelanto. Shortly after that, though, it went legal here, which was like 2018. And that just like fucked everything. I mean, like it was so easy to make money because it was like in a gray area, like not fully regulated, but it wasn't illegal. So it was like very easy for a solid like year and a half. And then regulations changed, brought in a lot of big business. And I was like, I'm out. So pivoted into the CBD business, which ran into a lot of complications. You know, we were talking about like payment processing issues, like PayPal shut my account down. All these other businesses shut my account down. PayPal actually held like 60 grand for like 6 months, like almost bankrupted my business. I'm like, fuck this industry. I'm getting out. Yeah. They just shut it down, decided, oh, we're not going to allow CBD anymore, even though it's fully compliant. So just issues like that. And I'm like, you know what? I can make millions in any industry. I'm going to choose something that I'm actually more passionate about. I saw like a Tony Robbins event about, I went to a Tony Robbins event. He was talking about how like you're compensated based off of the value you provide to the world.
Sure.
So that was when I was like, all right, I love marketing. I'm very technical, savvy with marketing. I'm just going to do marketing as my profession, master that, provide service through that. And then once I have like 10 mil liquid, probably just start launching like CPG brands. Like I'm like a products guy. So I really love like developing products and concepts, but you just need a lot of money to do those right.
Yeah,
so
sure.
That's my plan.
Sure. Yeah. Honestly, similar plans just as far as 10 mil liquid. And for me, it's about, you know, I've started to look into companies that like more align with my brand and things that I want to do. And there's definitely a lot of guys that have already like just laid the blueprint as well.
Yeah.
So there's so many people that have done it. So I'm like, all right.
It's crazy. Like once you realize that it's like a cheat code to life.
Yeah.
It took me 7 years to get to the point of where I finally like started making money, because like I was one in like products businesses. So it was like all my money was going back into the business. I wasn't like really making anything.
Right.
And then once I realized you could just pay somebody like you, if I wanted to learn land flipping, I would just pay you. Hey, what do I need to know? Like, so that I can streamline that process. And everything just 10x'd from that, where before I was like, oh, I'm just going to grind it out 18-hour days.
Stupid.
It was like 5 years to learn,
Yeah.
when I could have paid somebody and in 6 to 12 months, I could have learned and become a level of an expert.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, this is why books, coaching, consulting, I pay a guy right now $25,000 a month to coach me.
Yeah. That's great.
And
For land flipping or what?
no, just for like some macro business stuff.
Yeah.
I don't want to get too much into it,
Yeah,
but it's some
no
macro
worries.
business stuff and like some, some personal branding stuff and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But it's very valuable
Yeah.
because this guy has a wealth of knowledge that this guy has made over, I think over $30 million
Mhm.
in the past few years,
Wow.
and so I'm like, okay, well, I want to learn from this person.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pay.
Yeah.
And I think this is with a coach, consultant, a book, anything like and so when people say, just as an example, like, oh, like, why do you, this is your income. Like,
Mhm.
the income is you coaching and consulting. Well, I mean, I have a wealth of knowledge. There's proof. You can see the proof.
Mhm.
And if you want to cut your time like by 95%, you're going to pay for that knowledge. And that's just like
Yeah.
anyone,
You're going to pay in your time or your money,
Yeah,
right?
exactly. And I'd much
And
rather
your
pay
time
my
is
money.
way more expensive and way more valuable than the money. The money will always come back. That's what, like,
Always.
rich people value their time over
Yeah.
everything. Brokies, they care more about their money.
Yeah. Time will never be returned back to you.
No,
You
never.
can't refund your time. You can't like, so I mean, anything I do in my life, I actually like, we made chef, like anything just to like save time,
Yeah.
because I'm not
Yeah.
trying to I'm not trying to waste any time. And I'd
No.
much rather pay money. I don't care how much it is, as long as like, it's worth it and the value is there, I will pay for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here. Yeah. Grocery shopping. I don't really cook very much.
Instacart,
Like
yeah.
I will cook sometimes, but it's more of like an experience. But
Right.
yeah, Monday through Friday, I'm locked in. Like,
Yeah, like why am I sitting here like, do you take weekends off?
no,
Yeah.
no,
Yeah, I don't either.
no, man. I'm like, I told myself I'm not going to slow down until I have like a 8-figure year, so
Mhm.
10 mil. Hasn't happened yet, but that's like, I think I wouldn't say like I'm even going to slow down, but at least like maybe take a little break, vacations, things like that.
Right.
Right now, I'm just like full foot on the throttle. But I'm an ex-athlete too. Like I did college wrestling, so I'm just like really focused on being the best, and I don't feel like I'm the best yet. Like I still have questions, so I'm dedicating myself to that. But who knows? Things might change once I get there, and maybe I might want to stay locked in until the next goal.
Yeah. How old are you?
33.
33? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. What about you?
I'm 25. I just turned 25 last week.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
I wish I knew that stuff when I was 25. I mean, I've always been hungry, but just didn't know,
You just have to have a vehicle, man.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing. When you have a
Yeah.
vehicle, like it can just get you there so much faster. I saw
Yeah. Well, first you need the right environment. I think that's the
You
biggest
do.
thing. Like
You
I
do.
didn't have the environment.
Yeah.
I had the drive. I had the fuel that everybody has, right? If you don't have motivation, it's just like look at your circumstances and be
Yeah.
like, that should be your motivation.
Yeah. No, for sure. I was gonna say about the vehicle, and this is something I've been saying for a while, but then I saw Alex Hormozy say it,
Mm-hmm.
and he was talking about vehicles and how it gets you to. He was like, it's easier to make 10 mil than it is 100,000 or something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, well, it just depends on the vehicle. If you're in a rocket versus you using your 2 feet,
Yeah.
the rocket is going to get you there a lot easier than
Right.
feet. So it's just about the vehicle you're in. So
Yeah. It's so true.
I think that's one of the biggest things for someone that's like trying to make a lot of money is just being aware of the vehicle that they're in.
Yeah.
Because it is easy if you're in the right vehicle. For sure.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. That's why I chose marketing, because
Mhm.
there's just so much value you can provide. And I feel that I can I haven't found that vehicle yet to like really hit those next levels. But now I do rev share deals with all our clients. So I'm just being a lot more selective of the clients that we get to work in so that I can have like the vehicles that can do that. But yeah, it's crazy. I know we digressed a little bit there.
No, for sure.
So then with your land flipping, like what you said it can take up to like 6 months. What are you looking for? Like what is the average person that wants to consider this or get into this? Like what do they need to be doing to get into this other than having like 10 to 15 grand liquid?
Yeah, so it requires marketing. So you have to generate leads. So the two primary ways that we generate leads. I usually actually tell people to start with direct mail, depending on what their budget is.
Oh, really?
Yeah, direct mail is actually a lot better.
People
For
still
for
open their mailbox?
these guys are open are older than 50 years old.
Oh, okay, yeah.
All these people
They're
are
checking their
going
mail
out.
every day.
Yeah, our target market are older people for
Okay.
sure. People that have owned these properties for a very long time. So yeah,
And so what
they always will be. So yeah,
you scout properties, look up places that you
yes,
think are going to be good?
yeah. So we use data sets and just data to tell us like, okay, there's 50 acres in this area, there's 60 acres in this area. It's sold for 500 grand, 400 grand, whatever it is, and we make offers at 50% of that market
Mhm.
and send the offers out, and then people call us back.
And if it's just land, how are you doing direct mail to like land? You find the owner's address somehow? Okay. So you scrape the lists, send out direct mail, and that's like the 10 to 15 grand that they need is like cost of the
Yeah,
direct mail pieces pretty much.
yeah,
Oh, okay. Okay. So then
and to continue to send that out.
right, right. Okay. So then you do a couple thousand in direct mail pieces. How many people end up responding to those?
1% of 1% is what we actually end up closing. That's been the biggest trend line that I've seen.
Okay, so 1% of the
1% of
send
the
outs
people that
respond, and then of those, roughly
well, that's what we
1%.
close. Yeah.
Okay, so it's just a numbers game.
Yep. That's it.
And then, like, I mean, $200,000 flip, that's a lot. How are you able to do that? What's the process? Like, we now got the property. Do you have to like build? I guess like make it look prettier, or what is that
No.
process?
So it's just buying it, relisting it on the market, taking really good photos,
Hmm.
really good marketing. And so what I mean when I say that is like you're painting a picture, right? So
Right.
if I have a 50-acre parcel of hunting land, well then I need to take pictures of the game.
Yeah.
When I mean game, I mean deer, turkey, things like that. I need to take pictures of it. I need to spruce it up. I need to have a really good description.
Mm,
I need to use a very land specific broker, someone that's only sold land. These are all ways that we can assure that our listings sell
right.
quickly. Right.
Selling the vision of what the buyer wants.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. And are there certain markets that are better than others?
Um, yes and no. I think that there, like now, there are all these AI platforms that are coming out, which
Hmm.
are great. But I think for a newer land flipper, like again, it does help you in your business, but like for a newer person, I would rather someone like go the analog way before they start trying to like do all the AI stuff. Because then if you're doing the AI stuff, then all you know is okay, well, this thing told me that this is a good market and this is a bad market.
Mm,
When in reality, it's probably not.
right.
And I've sent mail to markets that were considered bad markets,
Hmm.
but still got deals there.
Right.
So as long as we see that one, a bad market is only one that the supply is more than the demand. So if I have more properties for sale than I have that have sold, I don't want to be in that market
Mm.
because then I mean it's a red ocean.
And how do you check that?
You can literally just check like okay, sold and for sale, and it tells you
Oh, okay. Unlike
Zillow,
what
Redfin.
Zillow.
Yeah,
Okay.
these they all tell you.
Yeah.
And I have we have many other platforms as well that we use, but Zillow and Redfin you can tell if those.
Yeah.
And as far as would you yeah, so yeah, a good market would be anywhere from 50 to 100% more. If I'm in a market that's 50 to 100% more demand, then I'm in a good situation.
You're like, this is good. Let's make some money.
Yeah.
And then now it's just, I guess, blast the homes or the owners with the mail pieces.
Yeah, exactly.
And what is just like a standard letter?
Uh it's not a standard letter. We use multiple sorry. Let me just do this quick. We use multiple different renditions. So it'll be
Mhm.
like 2-page letter. We have I don't want to give them all here, but we do use a lot of different mailers and we kind of change the copy tailored to a specific person.
Mhm.
And I've sent out this year, I'm gonna cross the $1 million spent on mail mark. And that's a lot of money in ad spend for our industry.
Right.
Because on average, we're getting like I've had mail campaigns where I made 15x what I spent on the mailer
Wow.
in
Those are the
profit.
margins. Yeah, those are good.
I'm not talking about like that's what I took home
Yeah.
net profit. And so yeah, no, I'm getting ready to cross that. So my point
I
is,
think I'm advertising in the wrong markets.
yeah, you probably
Oh,
are.
people are like, I'm happy with 2 times return on investment. When
Yeah.
you're spending 100 grand, hey, I made 200 grand. That's not bad.
Yeah, but I have spent. It's had multiple times where I've spent 10 grand on mail and made 170 grand on a deal within 90 days.
Wow.
So, and from that exact mailer. So, yeah, no,
That's
good.
those are some numbers.
It's good.
And then, so you send out the mail pieces. How long does it take to close the deals on average?
The fastest I've ever had was like 24 hours. The shortest.
Wow, that's really fast.
Yeah, like
They
literally.
were just like distressed or what?
No, so the seller, he was actually getting a divorce.
Okay, so
And,
somewhat
yeah,
distressed.
he was a little bit distressed, but it wasn't even that. Like we made money in 24 hours. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Wow.
So literally, like we closed in like they listed it on the MLS, got an offer, full price cash offer.
Wow.
Yeah. So I love it when that happens. The slowest, like I told you, is 250 grand, and it took 6 months.
Yeah. So how much time does this take? Like, is this like a full-time thing for somebody, or can they do this?
For me, I probably spend like 1 or 2 hours a week in my land business.
That's crazy. What's the other time? You just hitting gelato spots, hitting the gym.
Definitely hitting the gym, making content, building out my coaching and consulting company.
Yeah.
Funding deals, just helping people and taking care of my family. That's really, I do. There's some like projects and some things that I'm investing in right now.
Mm-hmm.
I can't talk about,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, there's a lot of stuff like that, and
Yeah.
really like a lot of stuff that will be like revealed as time goes on. So,
Yeah. Oh, that sounds exciting. That sounds exciting. So if somebody wanted to learn or work with you, what's the best way to get in touch with you?
Yeah. So Instagram, the Olufemi B. YouTube. What am I? I think I'm the Olufemi B on YouTube, or you can just look up Olufemi Ajose, my name, it'll come up. Yeah, those are really the best couple ways that I'll back. Yeah.
That's cool. What is your plan to like scale your coaching offer?
I mean, that's not really like I just want to continue to help people. I've made a lot of people a lot of money. I've helped a lot of people make 6 figures, and it's been great. I I really like the one-on-one aspect of helping someone from zero all the way to 100, and it's a really good feeling.
Mm-hmm.
I guess as far as scaling it, just continue to talk about what I do.
Yeah.
And I don't really know that like I have I just want to teach as many people as possible how to do this and how to empower themselves with making their money autonomous and not really dependent on something else other than themselves.
Yeah.
Because the fact that like when I mean, barring a payment processor, but when that like you control your money, it's just another feeling.
Yeah.
And like now I'm at a place where we close deals pretty consistently.
Yeah, those are big deals you guys are closing. So like one a month or more than that?
I go quarter over quarter, but I haven't had a single quarter in a long time where we did under 250 grand. So, and that was just from the land flipping business. So it's been. I mean, I don't really like talking about money, but we've done.
We like talking about money here.
Yeah, I don't. I'll talk about some deals that I've done, but I don't like talking about like exactly what I make, just because I feel like it's not my style.
Yeah. No, I get that.
But no, we do well, and just continue to scale, continue to really just. I do want to do kind of build a community out in this area for land flipping as well. So those are things that I'm currently doing, meetups, masterminds, things like that, and just continue to help people.
How are you meeting people like that? They're finding you on YouTube and
a lot
TikTok,
of people,
Instagram.
YouTube, TikTok, Instagram. It's like I ask for it and it appears. So.
Have you been affected with anything that's going on TikTok recently? Has it affected your end of things? No.
What's been going on? Just because
just like with the ban, and then now
I think that was a marketing play. I don't think that. That's what I think.
Yeah.
My theory is that was a marketing play. They were never going to delete it.
Yeah. I don't think they were marketing it, but I have a feeling that the powers here, Facebook, Instagram, they didn't like market shares, going to TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen, to be honest. I guess the creator experience probably hasn't changed too much. Yeah, I really have no idea what's going on. I've been invested heavily. I almost I'm actually glad I didn't fully invest into TikTok. Like it was something I wanted to, and I've been very heavily invested in TikTok. We're a TikTok advertising partner, TikTok shop partner. And yeah, with the ban, I was just very cautious. And now it's just it's been very hard to monetize on TikTok for a lot of our clients that we manage.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think TikTok is going to go anywhere at all. I mean, you have the clipping space, you have all these influencers. Like it's a multi-billion-dollar thing,
Mm-hmm.
especially for America. It brings a lot of revenue to America.
Yeah.
And the other thing too, like, did you see that Poppy sold?
The soda company?
Mhm.
Yeah. What do
The
they sell for?
billions. I don't know the exact
Yeah,
number.
that's cool.
But what I'm saying is that a lot of Poppy marketing is on TikTok.
Uh,
So I don't think that it's just an incubator for so many things to be successful.
yeah, that
I
was,
don't think that is going to go anywhere. And they've got these TikTok creator partnerships and yeah, no,
yeah,
TikTok's not going anywhere.
yeah,
And I genuinely do think that it was a marketing play. I think that it's hey, we're gonna shut this down. You guys are not gonna be able to access it. So then there's an outrage, and literally the next day, it's back on,
yeah,
and they haven't heard anything about it since. So yeah,
yeah. There's a lot. Yeah, we don't have to get into too much politics, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting landscape. I know from the business side of things, like if you're invested in TikTok, every business owner I know that I've talked to, they've been struggling because it's just changed. And businesses that invest heavily, um, they they've just had a lot of challenges because the inside of the business is crumbling. It's like going to in and out and nobody's working.
Mm.
All the staff is quitting, everybody's resigning. So it's just been very hard, at least from the business perspective. I agree with you. The platform, it's so bought in. I don't think the creators care or are affected by it. Now I know they made some bad plays. I mean, I feel like with the TikTok shop thing, that almost broke it. And maybe this was their way of just kind of cleaning it up. And it could have been a marketing play, like you're saying. But as far as the monetization, it's been a lot harder for brands that were on TikTok shop running ads because nobody knows what the fuck's going on in there. They're just, people are dropping like wildfire. Or what is that? What is that saying? Wildflies? I don't know. But yeah, the landscape has definitely changed. I'm fully out of it because it's just been too much work. I want to invest in things that grow my income, not shrink because of businesses pulling out, brands not wanting to spend money. So that's been challenging, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting next few months for sure. Because there's another potential ban, right, on the 4th.
I don't know.
Yeah, there's a ban approaching on April 4th.
Really?
Or April 5th, something like that. April 5th, yeah. Because what happened was, I guess it was just an extension. Yeah, so they literally have to come up with, I guess they're probably just going to sell it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens.
I guarantee you they'll just extend it again.
You think so? Yeah. Yeah, I feel like the user buy-in goes up from these because, like you said, it is almost like a marketing play.
It's scarce. The scarcity. You think it's gonna go away, so then you download it and then you consume the content. Yeah,
the users do for sure. Yeah, I don't spend too much time on TikTok. I try to limit my social media time scrolling because, as I'm sure you're aware, it can just add up really quick. Sure. Especially as a content creator, you just it's like a fine line between looking for inspiration, and then scrolling, and I spend too much time on the latter.
I spend at least an hour a day specifically trying to get inspiration on stuff. And I think for me, just creating, I reward myself with just the creation and the work. And I think people mess up when they reward themselves with scrolling and, you know, bad foods and consuming and
Hmm.
let's go do this, let's go watch this. And I think if people actually put more effort, just like more, a little bit more effort into just creating and producing, then, you know, you make a lot more money.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the big shifts for me was like the mindset of I'm no longer a consumer of content. I'm a
Yeah.
creator of content.
Or a consumer of anything. You know,
Yeah.
that's my things. Like I don't, whenever someone's like, oh hey, you should do this on this person's, like, you know, I don't, on this show, or you should like, collaborations are good, but I guess what I'm trying to say is like, I always think about how I can vertically integrate something myself. So
Yeah.
if I see someone doing something, I'm like, how do I do that?
Hmm.
If it has anything to do with me, like you know, any kind of company or anything like that, I'm like, okay, how do I do that? How do I buy that? How do I invest in it?
Hmm.
That's what I think about. I don't think about like, you know, let me just consume this person's product,
Right.
because that's not how you, it's not how you ascend.
No,
You
no.
have to have a different level of thinking to ascend to, you know, a 9 and 10 figure and so forth level.
Yeah.
You got to be the creator. You got to be the producer.
Yeah. You definitely have to be a creator. I mean, we are creators as children made in the image of God. We are creators. That's what's crazy about humans. We're the only species of animal that creates. We bring to life our ideas.
Yeah.
And once you understand that, you're like your whole perspective can change about everything
Yeah.
from I'm just this human here to I'm a creator. I can bring to life whatever I see
Yeah.
in my mind.
You're right. We are the only ones. There's no other species that can actually do that.
Yeah.
The other species just have to like
They just operate,
do their tasks.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. It's crazy. And yeah, we have like I believe we are meant to create. I think we've been programmed, I don't know for how long, but I think we've been programmed to just operate in this matrix, and that's not what we're called for.
No, it's not. And I think when I have conversations with people that are still stuck in that cycle and they don't understand that there is more than that, I'm like,
I can't even be around those people,
hello.
like for real.
I mean, I'm not really around people like this, but I just
Yeah.
it sticks
Yes,
on me
like
so much because I never have those conversations,
yeah,
you know. So
yeah.
it's like, well, no, I'm not going to do that because my job is safe. You
Mhm.
really think that
Yeah.
because you're getting a paycheck, you're safe,
Yeah, safe. What's your definition of safe?
or it's stable? Oh,
Yeah.
my job is stable. You really think that?
Yeah.
You know what's stable to me is when I get a $25,000 wire,
Yeah.
$50,000 wire.
Yeah.
That's stable because I built a business and built a system, right?
Yeah.
That's stable. What's not stable is, oh hey man, I can't pay you this week.
What's stable is also like freedom, being
Yeah,
able to do what I want when I want, put my time, energy into the things I
absolutely,
want. If it's my family,
absolutely.
that's to me, that's safety,
Yep.
that's freedom, that's stability. And you can't like once you see it, you can't go back to
No, you can't.
taking orders.
No, you can't. And you can't. Like for me, the thing is, I've actually never worked a job.
Really?
No,
Dang, good for you,
I've
bro.
never worked a single job. Never 9 to 5, anything like that. And so I actually don't know anything else but to get it on my own.
Just hustle. Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, I have. They were good. And I think you can start, there's no just because you have a job doesn't mean you can't get started.
I think
One of the
that's all
things
the
I
more
one of the
reason to
things I
start.
wish I actually would have done was kept a job, like had a job earlier on. It wasn't until like probably year 5 or 6 I picked up a serving job part-time so that I could live off the income from that.
Yeah,
That was like the best decision I made because it finally allowed me to put so much more energy and clarity into what I was doing instead of just always being stressed about money, wondering about next month.
mhm.
I was chasing money instead of, hey, this is my game plan and this is my vision. I'm going to do this. My expenses are covered. So, if you're listening to this and just getting started, that is literally like the one thing I wish I would have done sooner is picked up a serving job. I probably would have accelerated my career so much faster.
Actually, I have a friend that did that too. He did that, and now his coaching business does a couple $100,000 a month. So
Yeah.
I think stacking money is really important if you want to get into any kind of business,
Yeah.
like for sure. I mean, for me, I didn't like I didn't have very much. Here's the thing too. I've always been very entrepreneurial.
Hmm.
I mean, by the time I was 18, I had made my first, not a first 100. I made like 92 grand.
Mm-hmm.
It was close. Just selling T-shirts and stuff like that.
Wow. How'd you get that? Like,
How, what do you mean?
did you have a family member, or where does that come
How
from?
did I get what?
Your just entrepreneurial
Oh,
mindset, your hustler grind.
oh yeah. My dad is Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt. He has his own academy.
Oh wow.
And my mom, has her own businesses, and just both of them. I've seen my parents go from like very little when I
Mm-hmm.
was a kid and just keep building, keep building. And just like, yeah. So both of them just hustling, I
Yeah.
give a lot of credit to my parents. And also just knowing that I never wanted to work a job. Like we never talked about that when I was a
Yeah.
kid. It was
Yeah.
always like, I'm going to go
Do your own thing.
be a professional athlete or have a business or something. Like there was never a thing of like, they wanted me to go to college just because, that's just what people do.
Yeah.
But there was never a situation where I was like, oh, I'm going to get out of here and I'm going to go get a job somewhere.
Yeah.
Like it's just, it never entered my mind. So
Yeah.
I think that's just how I was raised. Like it's just, I don't know. It never entered my mind. It never did.
So you do BJJ?
Yeah. Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I box as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, more focused on boxing for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been doing jiu-jitsu since I was like 3 or 4.
Dang. Okay. So probably trying to do other things now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to go back and if I just put in a year with my dad, I'll get my black belt
Yeah.
for sure. But maybe 18 months. But I think that is something that I'll check off the box. But it's just like I don't right now. I have other things that I'm focused on. So
Bro, same. I want to get into jiu-jitsu. I went in one time, actually probably like 6 or 7 months ago.
yeah,
And I made the mistake of telling them all that I wrestled. Well, actually, I didn't.
you shouldn't do that.
My friend told everybody, they're like, oh, you guys should roll with Daniel. He wrestled in college. And
Yeah.
everyone's like, okay, let's go. So I
Yeah.
like black belts just going full force
Yeah.
on me. And
Yeah.
I don't like, I hate losing. I fucking hate losing. So I'm just going as hard as possible
Yeah.
at the age of 33. Haven't done any type of wrestling, any special training. It's just been weight training. And yeah, that fucked me up. I'm
I
like,
bet.
all right, I'm not 20 anymore.
Yeah.
I can't just go hard like that.
Yeah.
I got to drop my ego a little bit and, start at the bottom. So I want to get into jiu-jitsu. I haven't made that full commitment because yeah, I'm an ex-wrestler. So I love it. Like I miss wrestling so much. I love just something about the mat. I'm sure boxing is probably similar too, but like you just get a certain level of build up out of you. Like, you have frustration, anxiety, whatever is life, and you can hit the weights, but nothing compares to just like leaving it on the mat, whether it's wrestling, even jujitsu. That was like, it was a lot of fun. That's why I enjoyed it. But I was like broken for like 2 weeks. My body just could not recover.
Yeah, I didn't wrestle as a kid. I actually had an uncle that wrestled, or have an uncle that wrestles. What is it? I have an uncle that wrestled and did very well. He wrestled in Massachusetts, and
Yeah, they
as
got good wrestling.
far as jujitsu is great. Boxing is great. I feel like for me, I just like cracking the pads,
Yeah.
sparring, and all those things. Like, and also like boxing is something that like it's like I think all martial arts are like this, but when you start getting good at it, it's like you crack the code and then it becomes fun.
Yeah.
And boxing hasn't become like that for me yet. Like I don't think that
Still
I've
painful.
it's not painful, but when I spar, like I'll spar professional fighters,
Mm-hmm.
and against any normal person, obviously I would decimate them.
Yeah.
But against like real fighters that have fights and are like good,
Trained.
yeah, no, I'm getting wiped. And I think
Yeah.
for me, that's like a part of my thing of like, okay, I want to be good enough so I can wipe the fighter.
Yeah.
That's how I think.
Yeah. That's how I got into wrestling too, actually. It wasn't my sport of choice. I played basketball or football, and my friends were like, Daniel, do wrestling, you should come through. And they kicked my ass and I hated that. I was like, this sucks. I don't want to lose to you in anything.
Yeah.
And for the first 3 to 6 months of wrestling, it was just miserable because you're just so bad. Like people don't understand if you've never done jujitsu, wrestling, boxing, any of these like martial arts, you are so bad when you go against somebody
Yeah,
who's that's all they've been doing.
for sure.
You just get destroyed and it's painful. It sucks. My parents actually thought I was going to quit, and I just stuck with it. And then it, like you said, you get this addiction to it almost, and that's how wrestling was for me. And wrestling was my life for solid like 7 or 8 years.
I think that's with anything though, is just going through the process of it and getting really good at it. And I
Yeah.
think most people they're not able to enjoy that process and get through the process so they can get good.
Yeah.
And you don't realize that the everything that you're looking for is on the other end of that, few year process. And this is with business, with
Hmm.
athletics, with boxing,
Yeah.
anything. Like for me, I got good at business because I stayed in the process.
Yeah.
And so that's the thing of like most people quit before like you're 20 or 30% through the process
Yeah.
and you have a family issue or you have financial issues or you have something like that. And then you're like, okay, I quit. But you're
Yeah. It
in the
gets painful.
process. You
Yeah. It
can't
gets
quit.
painful. Yeah. Yeah.
And it does get painful. And
Yeah.
you
It's
have
the
to be able to
pain.
get to the other side of that
Yeah.
that pain and build up the callus. Like if you think about all the stress and pressure that a diamond has to go through
Yeah.
to become a diamond,
Yep.
you got to go through a lot.
Yeah.
So, that's how I think of it. Like
Yeah.
you have to go through your time and your process before you start to. We're looking at this Kobe and Jordan right here.
Yep.
They had to go through a lot of process, a lot of pain. Muhammad Ali had to go through a lot of process, a lot of pain
Hmm.
to get to being a champion.
Hmm.
You just do, and I think that people will go through it and they'll think it doesn't work, but the reality is that that's the whole point. You're
Yeah.
supposed to think that. You're
Yeah.
supposed to have those days where you don't know how you're gonna do this. You don't know how you're gonna pay for something. You're supposed to have that.
Yeah.
That is the process of you getting better.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know? If you don't have that, you don't know what your good times are either.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm so grateful I did wrestling because I think it was the hardest sport you could possibly do in like at least in high school. Like I did basketball, football. Like football was actually kind of boring. I'm like, I just stand here and wait for my turn to go like
Yeah.
run and do my thing. Where wrestling, it's like is nonstop. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, jujitsu, same thing. It's
Yeah.
like it's fucking a different level of conditioning and intensity. Boxing, any of the martial arts are like really intense compared to everything else. And it sucks always. Like it was never fun except when you won. Like that was the only thing. And then like the camaraderie that you developed from, being with the boys, but it sucked. It was miserable. I had to starve myself pretty much all the time. I had a crazy diet, wake up, go run, go to class, train in between classes, go train some more, starve myself more. And then football, they got to football was always the moneymaker at the schools. So they got like chefs cooking them meals before game nights. I'm like, I can't even look at food right now. If
Right.
I look at food, I'm not going to make weight class. So I'm just going to go run, lock myself in the sauna and sleep and maybe drink like a sip of water. Like,
Right.
so it was just always painful. So I got used to it.
Absolutely.
And so many people, like you said, they give up after a little bit of hardship, whatever it is. And it takes like decades to really refine yourself. And I don't know where I would be without sports. I honestly don't even understand how some business people do it without having that dog mindset, like, or like that
Yeah.
from sports, because to me it's like I learned everything from sports. Like my drive, my tenacity, my mindset, all of it came from sports, and that's what's fueled me when things have gotten hard.
I think business spoils you too. And if you don't know, like if you forget where you've been, it's easy to fall. For
Yeah.
sure. I've seen a lot of guys go like completely broke from
Mhm.
like I knew personally like they were millionaires, like literally, cash millionaires and went completely broke because they stopped taking care of their team. They stopped doing the things that they're supposed to be
Got them
doing.
there. Yeah.
Yeah. And they forget about the process. And I think for me, I know that you cannot ever forget where you have been.
Mm-mm.
Because if you forget that, if you forget you forget all the process that you had to go through,
Yeah.
you'll lose it.
Yeah.
For me, yeah, a lot of guys don't have the dog mentality and are not gonna. I mean, I'll give you an example, like just in the land flipping space. Like, I know a lot of people that I've consulted with where I've gone through their CRM and I see that they only called somebody one time.
Yeah, bro.
or 2 times.
The leads didn't pick up.
Yeah. And I'm like, what? Like, what? How many times
Yeah.
did you follow up? Oh, and the thing is, I'll say this is what you have to do, and they still don't do it.
Yeah.
And I think it's like, yeah, that if you want to be wealthy, there's a lot of other people that are also trying to be wealthy.
Yeah.
You want that car? There's a lot of other people that want that car.
And they're gonna
You
outwork
want that
you.
life? Somebody else wants that life, and that's how
Yeah.
you have to think. And I've dealt with situations where people like. There's one thing about me is that like you cannot compete with me because that's the way that I will beat
Right.
you. I will crush you.
Right.
So if you think that you can work harder than me, if
You're
you think
not.
that you're gonna study harder than me, you won't.
Yeah.
And that's how I know that you won't beat me.
Yeah.
And that's how I am. So regardless of who it is,
Yeah.
if you look at what I'm doing and think that you can copy it or think that you won't be able to.
Yeah.
Because I'm just gonna outwork you. And over a longer period of time,
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be beat. And
Yeah.
that's how I think.
Yeah.
And that's what makes me the best at what I do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
anything that I ever decide to do, I'll be
Yeah.
the best at it because that's the mentality I have.
Yeah. You believe in yourself over everything.
Yeah.
And then you
Sure.
show up. Like it's the process. Like you said, it's all the process. And I think that so many people get caught up in the end result, chasing that dream. And when you only focus on that, it's just so hard to achieve the goals that you set out after. But when you focus on like, okay, what do I got to do today? What's today? How do I win today? And just master the day and really that's why I don't take days off because I just feel out of it. Like I've tried,
Never.
I had a friend, actually I hit a financial milestone. And then I like had some slips, like had some friends that were actually further ahead than me. They're like, you need to chill, take some time, do these things. I'm like, maybe I should. Like they make more money than me. I'll take their advice. And it like fucked my life up. Like literally, like I hated it. I was like, this sucks. I'd rather be locked in and feel like I have a purpose, do the things that I actually enjoy. Like I'm a crazy person that likes to do really hard things. Like not everybody likes to do that. That's cool. I do. I set a goal out and I'm going to achieve it or I'm going to die trying. There's no in between.
What was a milestone if you don't mind me asking?
For me, it was 100K per month, like income. Yeah. So that was a big milestone. And I had, been consistently making that for a few months. And my buddy, he was making like almost $500,000 a month. And he's like, dude, you can just travel and vacation and chill out. I'm like,
yeah, but that's the time to go harder though.
Yeah.
I hit my first 100K month in 2022, where it was like 100K net.
Mm-hmm.
And I just went harder. Now, I booked a couple trips. I did some stuff, made some investments, but I just went harder because I was like, okay, well, if I can do this, I can do 10 times this. You know?
Right.
And I think you can, this is a thing when people are like, oh, I have, I want to make 10K a month, or I want to make 20K a month, or I want to make 30K a month. You think it's a lot until you actually get there.
Yeah. And then you're like,
I bet you when you got to 100K a month, did you feel like it was a lot? Or did you feel like, oh, well, this actually wasn't that much. I can do more.
Yeah, it was actually crazy. Yeah, it was. It happened a lot faster. And I was like, man, it
isn't actually as much as I thought, huh?
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah.
And then so
and it's funny actually. My actually, Jeremy. Jeremy Haynes, he was like, how much you making? I'm like, last month did like 140K. He's like, well, you're really not even making money.
Oh,
so
broke. Yeah.
Yeah. He's like, you're really not even making money. So you might as well just do what I say. I'm like,
yeah.
Fuck, man. He's right. There's some levels to it.
His perspective is the exact perspective that you need to have if you want to be at the top.
Yeah.
Because like I watch his content, I see it, and he's like, dude, that's not real money. He's like 500K a month. It's not real money. And it's true though.
You can't do anything. You can't stop.
There are guys that are making tens of millions of dollars per month. Mm-hmm. So to me, a couple $100,000 a month, I don't gloat about that.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, well, whatever. I feel like,
well, it's like selfish to do that too.
Yeah, it is, because you also
like what can you do for your mom? What can you do for your loved ones? What can you stop working?
Yeah.
Try it.
Exactly. So
I stopped working for a month.
You can absolutely make smart investments and chill, and you definitely live off $100,000 a year, but that's not what I want to do.
Right.
Like if there's a guy that I know out there making tens of millions of dollars per month, I'm doing myself a disadvantage if I know someone is doing that. I know I'm capable of it. Yeah. I'm just gonna settle for what I'm doing. And I think settling is the worst thing you can do.
Yeah.
For me, like there's no all I try to do, not try, all I do is go find coaches, consultants, masterminds to go to of like high level guys that are doing 7 figures a month.
Yeah.
Because that's what I want to do as fast as possible.
Yeah. Same.
And until
Same.
I'm there, and not even, I mean, $1 million a month, whatever,
That's just the start too.
my goal is just empire building.
Yeah.
And so in order to build an empire, you need to have multiple 9 figures if you want to build an empire.
Yeah.
Sure. And I think anyone that tells you otherwise has not done it themselves.
Yeah.
Because whenever I look at people that have like, tried to Debbie down or what, they're broke. Like literally they're broke.
Yeah.
So, it's,
Yeah. Yeah, bro. So funny. So what's your like financial goal do you have that you want to hit?
you just
Like life
in life,
like how much you trying to make?
I definitely want to hit the billion. For
Hit a
sure.
bill.
I mean, I feel like everyone says that. I don't like.
I think a lot of people say that.
A
Yeah.
lot of people do say it, but very few do it.
Yeah.
So,
You can kind of tell. I think there's a lot of people say it. It's like they think it's like cool to say.
yeah, it's a
Like,
sound
"Oh,"
bite, but
like,
I'm fucking serious.
like for their ego,
Yeah,
it's
no,
like they're just stroking their own ego. With
but
saying
then
it.
don't know what it's gonna take to actually get there though.
Yeah.
Like, don't do any research on like
Yeah.
people who have actually done it.
Yeah.
So I think like for me, it's just mass media, a lot of content,
Yeah.
just really, really. I asked ChatGPT about myself.
Would you ask it?
I asked it like just look me up and like find stuff, and it told me like about the things I've accomplished and things that I've done. And then I said, well, how can this? I said like third person.
Isn't that a
How-
trip?
Yeah,
You
it
can
was crazy.
have freaking AI look yourself
How can
up.
this person make build a $1 billion empire within the next 10 years? That's what
Yeah.
I said. Like, how can he like amass $1 billion net, have $1 billion empire in the next 10 years? And it told me a lot of the things that I'm doing right now.
Yeah.
And so, I'm already on pace to doing that. I know that I'll be a billionaire before I turn 36. By the time I'm 35, I'll be a billionaire for sure.
Damn.
And I believe that because of everything that I'm currently doing right now, the people that I'm able to help, the content that I put out,
Mm-hmm.
and just the more. And again, like it's not even about that. It's not that. I feel like that's a big ego thing, but it's more about I just want to be able to, at the end of the day, tell my daughter, tell my wife, tell my family that I'm the best. I gave it my all,
Mm-hmm.
because I've had a lot of people in my life that when I was a kid growing, they told me they didn't give their all in life. And I think that's one of the most depressing things that you could ever have, So for
Right.
me, it's just about
Yeah.
helping people and just giving things my all, like
Yeah.
just giving it my all. Because
Yeah.
but I think the other thing too is like it comes from it really comes from you got to be hungry to do that, man.
Yeah.
Like because you make money, it's so easy to just get comfortable and just chill out.
I see it happen all the time.
It is. It's easy to go travel and go, hang out and do your thing, go to the game, go like, life is very cheap. It is like life is very cheap, especially like when you're in business for yourself and you know what you're doing. It's very cheap. Like I go to a restaurant, $500, $600, $1,000 bill, whatever. It's cheap. And that is like the top of the top though.
Mm-hmm.
Like many of these things are the top of the top. And so, you get a nice car, a nice car payment is like, $2 or $3 grand a month, it's not that expensive.
Yeah.
So
Practically free.
yeah. And so I can imagine people that, start experiencing those things and like, oh, I'm living a good life. But in reality, it's like, you should just be building. I think
Yeah.
for me, it's just building.
Building.
And that's it. I more just want to be able to just build an empire and take care of generations to come. What about you? What would you say is your financial goal?
A buddy asked me this probably like a year ago. I want freedom. That's what I'm chasing.
Do you have that now?
No.
What?
I estimate between like 50 to probably like 100 mil.
Mhm.
That's the range.
Freedom?
Yeah.
You think so?
Yeah.
What does that look like to you though? Like what?
Travel wherever I want, when I want, like private
Can you do
jets.
that now?
Well, like private, that's
Yeah.
like I want to be able to just hop on the PJ and go.
Yeah.
Like whatever my whatever I think up here, I want to be able to like bring it to life.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that's probably pretty tangible at that 50 to 100 mil. In that like 100 mil range is when you're like you're talking to billionaires, power players, the government, you have the right connections. So for me, it's just freedom. Like that's what I want. Like I don't ever want to be controlled by anything
Hmm.
at all. So that's what I'm chasing. And I don't know what that number is going to be, but I estimate like somewhere between like 50 to 100 mil.
Yeah.
So I'm setting myself up. I'll be able to have, some legacy for my kids, hopefully have a big impact. And then from there, it's like once I feel like I have freedom, I just want to like have the biggest impact, inspire millions of people, bring people closer to like a purpose driven life.
Yeah. I think for me, when I first felt freedom, I mean, it was like 10K a month. So when you say that, I'm like, I think there's levels of it, but like I felt freedom at a very small level.
Yeah, I mean,
You,
to a
you
sense,
gotta,
you do have
yeah,
freedom, but like you can't stop working. Like
yeah.
you still have to hustle. So for me, I think that's where like 50 to 100 mil,
But
like,
you gotta keep working even if you're at 50 to 100 mil though. You
do
gotta think
you?
of absolutely. You got maids, you got chefs, you have properties, you have the jet. Jets are not cheap. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like you do have a lot of things. There's upkeep.
Yeah.
If
I'm not
you're
saying I want to stop working. I don't think I'm
right,
ever going to stop
right.
working. But I think at that point, that's where I will be able to put my time and resources into things that are going to be the biggest impact and
No, for sure.
have the like it's like money is everything like in this world. Like we are in this material world where money is controlled by it, so it is a very valuable tool, but it's still at the end of the day is a tool.
Right.
So for me, like at what point do I have enough of that resource to be free to do what I want with my time, to not be controlled by my businesses? That's why like I plan to start investing in those like more stable assets. Right now it's just like skills is what I'm trying to acquire so that I can make significantly more money. I haven't had $1 million month yet. I feel like that's probably going to be where my life like really starts to change because like, it's like 100K, 150K. Like it's not a lot of, it's really not that much money. You can spend it so
No,
fast.
yeah,
And,
it's not.
when you're running a business, it's like, you can make a couple of bad decisions and lose everything. So
Yeah.
you want to just continue growing. So for myself, that's what I estimated, but who knows? Like I said, we'll see as time goes on. I know like right now, my one goal, I try not to get too caught up, in the future. Right now, it's just like $1 million month. That's what I'm really pushing for.
You think you'll hit that this year?
That's my goal. We'll see. I'm not going to stop until I hit it.
Yeah. Love that, man. Yeah. Likewise, honestly. I just think just to continue building, and that's my only objective, just to continue building, to continue helping people, and
Yeah.
I think the money just is always a byproduct of that. I don't
Hmm.
even.
It is. Yeah, it
I
is.
said the billion, but like if I'm being honest, I don't really even set financial goals.
Hmm.
Not really. Like I know what I have to do to continue to make money and do what I have to like and just grow.
Hmm.
I think when you focus so much on this big number, it's like because I used to say I wanted to make $1 million, and then I did, and then I was like,
Yeah, dude, for real.
so it's like you don't. I don't know. I don't put these big things on the numbers, and I think
Yeah.
that like
Yeah.
you just build and enjoy what you do and have fun and buy nice stuff and make smart investments, and
Yeah.
I mean that's what life is for.
Yeah, it is. You definitely have to enjoy it and like enjoy the people around you. I think that's the biggest thing is like that too. Is just the freedom to like not have to deal with the people that I don't want to deal with.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
almost there.
yeah.
Like I'm at the point where I'm on a very like if a client or a prospect is just like rubs me wrong, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna work with
Yeah,
you.
that's how I am too. I don't. I mean,
And
I've always been like that though. Even when I was broke, I was like that. I'm not dealing with people that I don't
oh,
want to deal with.
yeah, when I was broke, I didn't give a fuck. Well, actually, it depended. I never sold myself or my soul or my values, but there were people I would put up with when
No, I
it came
don't.
to money.
Yeah, me, bro. Like I'm not. If you, if I feel like I don't really associate like with like a mass amount of people,
Yeah.
especially like my inner circle. And I feel like if you do something or like just if you're weird, I'm just
Yeah.
not gonna. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
Like, I'll see you later.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Same.
just that's how I am. Like
Yeah.
any kind of like weird energy or weird like tactics and stuff like that, I'm good. I don't,
Yeah.
and I've always been like that,
Yeah.
even when I didn't have anything to show for it. So
Yeah. Yeah. That's good. Yeah. I I don't know where it came from, but I feel like I used to like when I was a kid, I just used to people please.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like a mechanism or what. My parents, maybe that's what they did. And that was a big like evolution in my journey was recognizing that I'm like, why do I care about these people? Like it's
Yeah.
just me at the end of the day.
I think like for me, I'm a really nice person, but I think people take the kindness for weakness a lot of the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
So when people take kind, especially in business,
Yeah.
I can be very nice. Um,
Yeah.
like I'll be very generous, but sometimes people can take that for weakness.
Yeah.
And you take that for weakness, then you know
Yeah.
you violate. We have to demonstrate.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Yeah, you get one chance.
yeah,
If you cross me, do that one time, we're done.
yep,
Deal's done. Relationships over.
yep.
Relationships are so important to me. I don't think people understand how
Relationships and
important. Like,
reputation,
yeah,
those two things
yeah,
that matters more than any skill you can have in business.
yeah,
The relationships that you have with people and the reputation that you have in those
yeah,
relationships.
yep,
If either one of those two things are lackluster, you're not going to make a lot of money.
yeah,
And you have to have both of those things, because if you don't have both of those things, it doesn't matter what your skill set is. It doesn't matter how much you know, how much money you've made. It doesn't matter if you don't have good relationships and you don't have a good reputation. You're get a job, like
yeah,
honestly. So
yeah.
yeah,
Reputation's big.
do
I work in
something
the
else.
online marketing space. There's so many people that I just, yeah, they just actually there's a kid. He like me and my buddy were actually two of my closest friends are direct competitors with me, which is kind of crazy.
Mm.
We both are in the same niche and verticals, and there's this kid, he like steals all of our stuff, like literally steals our ads, our scripts, our clients' ads. And I'm just like, bro, like you're you're just ruining your reputation, tainting it with people that actually one have helped you along the way. And now like you've just burned these bridges. But I guess when you're young, you just don't understand. You're just only caught up in the money and
Hmm.
can burn relationships a lot faster than as you get, you know, gain the
I've had
wisdom with
guys that
age.
burn relationships with me before too, and I'm like, and young guys, like guys that are younger than me, and I'm like, it doesn't matter how much you, especially like what I've seen with just younger people, and I guess I'm 25, right? So I'm pretty young. I'm getting kind of old.
Yeah, bro,
I'm
you're
pretty young.
killing it for your age.
But there are guys that are young guys, and I didn't even know this, but like the brain apparently doesn't even develop fully as a man till you're like 25.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can
I
tell.
felt it.
I can tell that, like, oh yeah, I can tell you're young. I can just tell.
Yeah.
And just valuing the money over the relationship. And for me, I always value, like, I'll tell you, like some deals that I've done, especially early on in my career, I took even a smaller stake because I wanted to learn,
Yeah.
you know. But then when it got time for the big deals, I took a larger stake because I built the relationship,
Yeah.
right? So now, and then it got to the point where I'm able to completely vertically integrate and just fund it on my own,
Hmm.
and make the money for myself. And so I think sometimes, like, especially being younger, you see what someone is currently doing, you think that you can just jump and skip to that.
Right. You want to skip steps. You
Yeah, but the
can't.
truth is you have to build relationships with people, because if you don't, like, I have guys that I can call right now. If I called someone and I needed, I'll give you an example. I needed a $7 million proof of funds like about 2 weeks ago for a deal. I got it within an hour.
Damn.
And so, and proof of funds backed, money's there, no problem. Femi, if you need it, we got it. Got it in an hour. And so that's kind of like, those are relationships I've been able to build. But why? Because people trust me, people respect me, and I've
Yeah.
consistently helped people make money.
Yeah.
And when you do that, like, I value the relationship that I have with a person over the money.
Yeah.
And I think most people value the money, and
Yeah.
I believe that you get what you give, for sure.
Yeah. 100. Yeah. 100%. Karma, the law of reciprocity, Newton's third law, whatever you want to call it, but it
Yeah.
exists.
Get what you give, for sure.
Yeah, for
If
sure.
you give BS, you're gonna get BS.
Yeah.
It may not be today, it may not be tomorrow, but eventually you will get it. And for me, I try to always just give value. So
Yeah.
I give value, people give me value in return. I give
Yeah.
value. I give money, I get money. Like, those are all things that just just
Yeah,
cycles, you know. So
it is. Well, if you guys want to get Femi's value, make sure to follow him, hit him up. If you want to get in the flipping game, anything else we might have missed? I think that was good. We got
oh, solid. That was
some good
a good
content.
hour or so.
We gotta grab dinner soon.
Yeah, for sure.